The news at 1. Cosatu has threatened to collapse the government if it allows looting and mismanagement at the Public Investment Corporation. In a written submission to Parliament's Standing Committee on Finance, the trade union says it won't allow the PIC to be looted in the same way that state-owned enterprises such as South African Airways, Eskom and others were. The trade union is one of the stakeholders making submissions before the committee in Parliament on the proposed PIC Amendment Bills.
The PIC has been in the news for a string of questionable investments it has been making in the recent past and for allegations that its coffers were about to be raided to bail out failing parastatals such as SAA. It is a government state-owned management entity which invests trillions of government employees' pension funds. Both Cosatu and Fedusa, which represent the majority of government employees, call for major changes on the mandate of the PIC.
The PIC is investing workers' money. It's not investing government money. We support the bills wholeheartedly, but I think we support the SCOF bill in particular because of the clauses around the investment mandate, the union representation, etc., the ministerial directives.
What is important to note that the money invested by the PIC and the money collected by the GPF is not state funds. It belongs to public servants. Even the employer contribution, which is added to the employee contribution, is postponed remuneration and belongs to that public servant. So therefore, we as public servants have a vested interest in the dealings of the PIC. We regard ourselves as depositors and the main depositor in that regard.
Most stakeholders call for transparency and public disclosure on all the investments made by the PIC. They cited instances where the PIC seemed to have ignored obvious risks when it made certain investment decisions. But the EFF came out strongly in defense of the embattled entity.
I don't think that some of the judgments that are being placed in the PIC are sensible. They're actually nonsensical. And I'll tell you why I think that they are nonsensical. It's because there is now a growing narrative that seeks to criminalize PIC's efforts in facilitating black inclusion into the economy. Chair, the PIC is literally the only institution that can make sure that black people participate in the economy in South Africa today. Not the IDC. IDC has got long requirements of sureties and this and that and that. But the real ownership of existing capital by black people can meaningfully be facilitated through the public investment corporations.
Stakeholders have raised red flags on investments made in companies such as Steinhoff, Independent Media Group, and to certain individuals who are linked to the ruling party. The hearings will continue next week when more stakeholders will be presenting their inputs. Manilisi Tubase, SABC News, Parliament.